What is going on, guys? Newton here with MMO Play. When we first look in impressions video to Dream of Mirror Online, a free-to-play MMORPG. Now, this game is not that new, but it has been re-released by a new company, or I believe it's another company that kind of picked up the game after the game was dropped. So they're re-releasing it. They fixed some old bugs. It is an older MMO, but it's basically a new, revived older MMO with lots of bug fixes, new features, more stability to basically the gameplay in general. So here we are. The game is currently in open beta, and we're going to go ahead and check it out. So here we are in the character creation. We can select from one of the 4 different races that they have here. So as you can see here, we have the human, pretty straightforward. We have, I think it's the Sliff, I believe they're called. We have the Shura, and we have the Sprite. So as you can see, they kind of more hold a humanoid base appearance, but I guess they just have different body builds, and I guess they could complement the class you play nicely depending on which one you have. So this guy I would assume would probably look really good as a warrior or some heavy armor and stuff like that. But let's go ahead and pick the Sprite because they're tiny, they're funny, and why not? So let's go ahead and hit next, and let's go ahead and we can change our hair and face and a bunch of other stuff. It has a good amount of customization to it, but I'm not going to spend too much time. If you guys want to try out the game, you can play around with it. It's pretty straightforward. Let's go ahead and hit next, create our character's name. And then we get to pick one of the zodiac signs. Let's go ahead and pick the... Let's go ahead and pick the tiger. Tiger sounds pretty cool. I'm not going to really too much about the birth month or the date. So I guess we got to go ahead and put a password on our character. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. I guess it's pretty good to prevent people from hacking you and stuff like that, to enter in a second password before you select your character and go in. So there we go. You can see our character over here. Let's go ahead and select them and hop right into some gameplay. There we go. It didn't take too long. Oh, it's not taking too long to load. I guess we got to load up a few different things. There's some tips and stuff like that for the gameplay down below over there if you choose to read them on the loading screens. But let's go ahead and see if we can skip these cutscenes. I guess we can't skip them, but we can kind of go fast through the dialogue. Let's go ahead and see if we can go through these as fast as we can, and then hop right into some gameplay. So I gotta assume there's gotta be quite a bit of lore behind the game, or a story to go along with questing and other stuff like that. And like I said, you could choose to read them if you want to, but I'm gonna go ahead and kind of skip them. And there we go. Okay, so I guess it's not WSAD to move, which I thought was pretty weird. We're typing, as you can see down in the general bar over here, trying to use WSAD to move, but it's not working. So I guess it's so it is an old school MMO. It is click to move. I mean, I'm not really I have nothing against click to move, but it is I do like having the option of WSAD and both click to move in the game. But I mean, it's nothing too bad. Just kind of the heads up if you guys decide to check out the game. Let's go ahead and kind of pan around, check out the area. As you can see here, it's the graphics are not too bad, as it is a dated MMO, or it is a much older MMO, so it's going to be nothing too fancy, but I mean, they have smoothed things out and kind of, brought new life into this old game, and I'm glad they did, because the game before, I have played it very little, so I'm not too familiar with it, but I mean, just playing this now, I made a character before this, so I kind of got familiar with what's going on, what to do, and I mean, it's a pretty straightforward game. Pick up quests, a level, grind monsters for use your skills and other things like that. It's a very straightforward MMO, simple, and I think it's more or less for the nostalgia factor and other stuff like that. So let's go ahead and keep running along over here so we can find some enemies to fight. And if I remember correctly, they are a little bit away, so we're going to go ahead and have to keep running a little bit. So instead of running all this time and having you guys just, running simulator over here, I'm going to go ahead and cut the video, and we'll kind of jump right into some combat, and I'll explain the game a little bit more. Okay, guys, here we are. I did end up walking in the wrong direction, and I forgot that I had to talk to an NPC in order to get some items and to get the monsters to spawn in. Now, you can run around this island all you want and no monsters will spawn. You do have to complete a few of the quests to pick up kind of the basic training and other stuff like that, so we went ahead and we talked to that NPC, which I did forget about. So if you guys want to start up, make sure you got to complete the quest. You can see the quest guide by hitting the journal over here. We have all quests, and then quests are right here. It is a little bit of a strange layout, but I mean, once playing around with it for a little bit, you kind of catch on really, really quick. So as you can see here, This will kind of explain to you what you have to do for each quest, and the quest or the objective that you have to complete or the place you have to go will be marked on your minimap over here by these red dots. So for now, we have to go ahead and fight these pigs over here. And as you can see, the combat runs pretty smooth. I mean, overall, it's not too bad. It's very responsive. Obviously, these monsters aren't very hard because this is kind of the tutorial island or the training area, so we're not taking too much damage. And I really like the kind of the font for the floating combat text, as you can see over here. So there we go. We received a bone from the poo poo. I love the name of these pigs. It's quite funny. But there we go. So the combat is very responsive, and you can acquire more skills once you pick up a job or a class, select the class you want to do. So as you can see here, we'll go ahead and click the skills, and we do have active skills you can pick from. Obviously, we can't pick them right now because we have to obtain the job first, but we have passive skills and everyday skills, which is like, emotes and other stuff like that. So there is quite a bit you can do in this game. There's different classes to choose from and other stuff like that. But I mean, overall, the combat's smooth. I really like how they've redone and kind of reworked the game. It's very responsive. It kind of brings the nostalgia factor, which I'm sure old, basically old school players of this game who played it pretty actively, I've got to be ecstatic about the game. So if you guys have played this game prior to, or you want to check out this game for yourself, it's currently in open beta. You can go head over to the MMO Play website to give you a link to go there. You no longer need a beta key to play, so you can go ahead, sign up, download, hop right in, and the game's a lot of fun. It's very casual. It could be hardcore if you want it to, but I mean, it's definitely a game that's worth checking out, and I've had quite a bit of fun just messing around and playing with it. So if you guys have enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe for more. But until next time, guys, I will talk to you later.